Example 3 asks us to graph the function y equals 3 plus 3 tangent of the quantity 5 over x. So if you recall, tangent is equal to sine divided by cosine. And hopefully you recall from yesterday's lesson that we're always going to sketch the denominator, because this is going to tell us where my function's undefined. So what I'd like you to do right now is pause the video and sketch y equals 3 plus 3 cosine of the quantity 5x. Okay, so you should have graphed y equals 3 plus 3 cosine of 5x, which is my denominator. You should have gotten a period of 72 degrees and 0 displacement. So cosine, remember, starts high, and remember that we sketch our graph to figure out where my asymptotes are, and that's where my graph crosses our midline. So I'm going to sketch in my asymptotes. Okay, and then remember with tangent, we have a point of inflection where the graph changes curvature, and that's always going to be the middle of the asymptotes. And this always occurs on the midline, so make sure you plot those points. I need to see it, points in the middle of the asymptotes. Okay? And then tangent, if you don't remember the shape, you can look on your graphing calculator, but tangent starts low, hits the point of inflection, and then crosses over to the other side. It approaches the asymptote but does not cross over. So make sure that your function stays in between the asymptotes. Okay, points will be deducted if it crosses over the asymptote. And so here we have a tangent function, and remember it goes on forever because it's periodic, but you need to show at least one period worth. Okay, so here we have the tangent function, and if I asked you to identify the 4 translations of this function, amplitude would equal 3, vertical shift would equal 3, our b value is 5. Oh, and in this instance, I chose 360 and divided by 5 because 72. You could have used 2 pi over 5, and kept your period at 2 pi over 5. Both of these would have been acceptable. Okay? But remember for tangent, instead of using 360 over b, we use 180 because that's the base period of the parent graph. So 180 over 5, which is 36 degrees. So if you look at this graph, my period's 36. If I look over here, this distance it takes to do one rotation is 36. 54 minus 18 is 36 degrees. Okay, so that's the period. If I were to calculate this distance, it would also be 36 degrees. So again, key thing, instead of taking 360 divided by 5, in this instance, it's 180. Because the base, or the parent graph function, the period of tangent is pi, or 180. And then, again, we have 0 displacement. So here we've graphed a tangent function.